Hi guys, Bill Wick again. I wanted to share about this collective shift in consciousness that's occurring now. Um, I've been tuned into this shift for a little while, and it's funny because I have a lot of friends of mine that are very spiritual, and a lot of them, I would consider normal people, but they have an edge. They have an intuitive knowing about what's going on in the collective versus just their own little lives. And I'm beginning to notice in my life that I am focused more on the big picture and less on my ego and less on my personal self. And the more that I do that, the more fruits of my labor, come into my life. To be more specific, I notice when I focus on this shift that's happening and waking as many people up as possible to the greater reality that they have the chance to live today. When I do that, things seem to flow almost purely in synchronicity. Circumstances and events just pop up almost magically, and it's phenomenal. But in terms of the global shift of consciousness, if you look into politics and you look into, certain areas of politics or certain areas of the financial situation that the world is in as the currencies begin to become aligned, as well as our governments. If we really take a look, it's not a conspiracy theory, it's a fact, And as this is happening, I believe that spiritual forces are very similar to that. I believe that, there's positive energy, there's negative energy, and there's all the energy that's in between. I don't really see things as black and white, and I don't think that the universe sees things as black and white either. I think things are the way they are. And, I always hear comments like, the devil made me do it, and I hear comments like that a lot lately, and I don't judge it too harshly, but I just, in my mind, I think, okay, well, if the devil made you do that, then what exactly did you do? What's the part that you played in the crises that manifest in your lives? Because for me, I know I try to take 100% responsibility, and I sure as heck don't do it perfectly. But I do a pretty good job of it, and when atrocities happen, I don't see fallen angels with dragon wings flying down and basically possessing everybody. Instead, I see tragedy created by the hands of human beings. And when I see miracles in this world, and when I see beautiful things happening around me, or loving kindness and acts of service, and, going and feeding the homeless shelters, and when I'm doing these various things and I see that it's genuine and it's not because I should feed the homeless because that's what my church says or whatever other religious dogma that's being followed, but instead because they choose to do it, because they want that experience, and they want to be able to share their love with other human beings that are not as fortunate as us, because there's a lot of them out there, and a lot of the powerful masters and teachers, Buddha, Krishna, Jesus, they reached out to the poor, and I believe a reason for that is because the poor are ready. The ones that they extended their hands to were riddled with so much pain and so many scars from the battles they've been in that they were ready to surrender their life to Christ or to Buddha or Krishna, or the many other masters that walk the earth. And it touches me to think that myself included, I'll speak for myself, there was a time when I really thought I had it licked. I thought I understood some of the mysteries of the universe, and that my spirituality was the only way, was the right one. And I discovered, through being humiliated by the universe kind of throwing me a curveball, that it's not the case. That when I don't remain teachable, then I get taught, whether I like it or not. And, you know, I see a lot of people in my daily life that are in positions of power, and there really isn't a difference between those people and people who are impoverished. You know, people who are impoverished a lot of times are born into that, and other people lose everything, and then they fall into hopelessness. And I think we all have a message that we can carry to those people, you know. And I think if it's done with a gentle, nurturing compassion, that little act of kindness can and does change the world. And I think when we work on ourselves, and when we raise our vibration, and when we pursue our dreams, and when we take our machetes and cut through the roughage of the jungle so that we can find a path, things become clear. Gratitude begins to run our life instead of need or desperation or greed or envy. Gratitude for the simple things in life, you know, for the loving smiles, for the loving kindness, for the loving embraces. So I believe that the world is waking up, and it is rising just to that threshold where it's about above the level of integrity. That doesn't mean we're all walking saints. What that means is that we have a chance. There is no one else that's going to do it except for us in this body. Now, there are forces at work, but they come through us. You know, I choose to work with Christ a lot, and he's essentially in my reality, I choose to believe that he is the Son of God. But I also choose to believe that we are all the sons and the daughters of God. And that's where, you know, my beliefs differ a little bit from the conventional New Testament, because I think Christ made it very clear that we are sons and daughters of God, but that's a big task to live up to, and I sure as heck haven't filled it, but I'm enjoying the journey, you know. So I love you guys. I wanted to chime in and put my 2 cents in about what's going on, and why there is so much going on in this world, good, bad, and indifferent, is because there is so much consciousness being reflected in this world through us. Human beings bring the grace down to the earth. Human beings send these energies into the earth and into the world and create transformation. Love you guys. Bye.